Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to show you 10 spots, 10 spots that you can catch fish easily on Calcasieu Lake down in Lake Charles, Louisiana. These are places where we've caught fish before and we caught them last year. This is going to be part one of a two-part series for 10 spots where you can go catch fish this summer as soon as you go down there on Calcasieu Lake. We've caught fish at these places and you've seen them before, but maybe you've forgotten a couple of them. So let's go to the computer monitor and pull up a Google map right now. Okay guys, here we go. Number one, there's Calcasieu Lake. You recognize it. There's Hackberry. And first place, we're going to zoom in. You'll recognize this as Calcasieu Point Landing right here. You can launch right here, or you can launch right here at the Intercoastal Park right there if you're on the other side of the lake, if you're on the west side of the lake. I've shown you this before. This is one of the places where we caught fish last year. I told you I was going to give you 10. This is number one. Four Corners. If you didn't see that zoom, let me show you where we're coming. You come right out here. If you can see my cursor here. Right down here. And I'm going to zoom way in on this. This is where the Intercoastal crosses the ship channel. Well, this is the Intercoastal Canal right here. But if you look right here, see that buoy? I'm going to back up. You can see this point. Somewhere between that point and that buoy, right at the edge of the deeper water, if the current's running this way, that current will wash bait fish all around this corner. It's a real shallow flat over in here. And you just throw out this way. And I've even used a popping cork right here on the edge because we had speckled trout stacked up right in here one time. If the current's going the other way, naturally, you throw this way and throw out this way, and it'll move your bait this way, and you'll have to fish a little deeper. But about 5 feet, 3 to 5 feet is where you want to fish, depending on the time of the year. Okay, number two. Number two, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Taking you back where we were. Calcasieu Point Landing right here. That's LNG Basin. By the way, you can fish in here too, to a certain place. I don't know how far it is. I think it's here. Maybe it's there. I don't remember. Come past Four Corners. Come down the Intercoastal. Right here. Shoepick Bayou. Everybody knows about it. And a lot of people fish it. We've caught a lot of good fish in here over the years. Be careful coming in. It's very shallow on each side. This is a great place for kayakers because there's also another ramp you can get in the water with. You can launch from back in Shoepick. Anyway, right here on this corner, it drops off. There's the bayou. There's the creek right here. We usually park our boat, anchor our boat off right in here somewhere. If the tide's coming out, or if it's coming out this way, you can catch fish off this corner. Let me zoom out a little bit. This is also good right in here. They'll come through here. All these fish will, especially reds will run here. I've caught trout on this other place. We've caught trout, flounder, and reds right there. Right on that corner, never moved. In fact, that's where Debbie caught her big 40-pound black drum, or however big it was. Any of these little spots are good to fish. There's a boat fishing now, and either that he's fishing or he's coming out. This is good, that's good. It's real shallow over in here. Zoom back out. We haven't done good on this corner, ever. We have done some good in here, but we've done more good here. As you come back here, you follow the bayou around, and we've done pretty well in here, most of these places. You can sometimes, if you've got a yak, this is a great spot. I saw birds working right there one time. I couldn't get my boat back in there. The tide was out, and I couldn't get my kenner back in there. We've caught fish there. We've caught fish here. We've caught fish here. And we've caught fish, let's see. Yeah, those are the two places. Okay. You can fish this all the way back. We generally don't go past here because we've had enough of it by then. Okay, that was number 2, Shoepick Bayou, which I've shown you before on one of my other videos. But these are the places where we caught fish last year. Okay, number 3. Number 3. Okay, let me zoom out so you know where we are. There's Calcasieu Point Landing. There's Intracoastal Park down here. There's Calcasieu Point Landing right there. There's the Shoepick Bayou. There's Four Corners. This is the ship channel right here. Come out here into Turner's Bay area in here. And there's an island here. In fact, there's a couple of them, and there's some artificial reefs in here too. I think there's another one over here a little further than that one. We've caught good fish around here. In fact, our last video, I think it was right here where we caught a few reds, and that's what we caught there that day was reds. I didn't mean to mark that. Anywhere in Turner's, the Calcasieu River flows through here, and you just have to find the drop off and get off of it or in it, depending on which way the current's flowing. So Turner's Bay Island and the Turner's Bay Reef, which is in here somewhere. I don't have the exact coordinates handy right now. Okay, Texaco Cut is the next one. That would be number 4. You can reach it from either place. You can come from Calcasieu Point Landing on down the ship channel, or you can go from the Intercoastal Park, come around, or you can come from Spicer's down here in Hackberry. Right here. I think that's where it is. Yeah, that's Spicer's right there. Come up the ship channel. You can't miss it. It's right here. There's a big old house sitting right there. And a lot of people have caught fish right in here. It depends which way the tides are running, if they're running in or out. But there've been reds caught here. We've caught specks right in here. There's been I know guys that have come in here and just killed a redfish. I don't remember what side they were on, but I saw their catch one time. And if that current's ripping through there, they're going to be in there. They're going to be right off to the edges, right in here, or right in here. But this is a good corner sometimes. I don't know why, but that's what people say. All right, going on to number 5. Okay, number 5. I call it Kelso Bayou. Some people call it Black Lake Bayou. I think it's Kelso this way and Black Lake over on this side, but either way. All right, you see Spicer's, Marina, right here on Highway 27. There's Spicer's. You come around in this corner like you're coming out, and you'll see the shrimp boats right here. Okay, there are a lot of places to fish in here, and people pass it up. There's about 2 ledges right in here on this little strip of land here. And it drops off in stages depending on the tide, how it's running. We've caught some good flounder along in here and around on this corner here. It's real shallow in here, you got to be careful, but you can catch good fish there. Another spot is right here at this corner. You'll see boats coming by here, and they're just easing in and out, and they miss this corner, especially late in the evening. For some reason they like this corner, and I know why, because if we've got an outgoing tide running out here and going out into the ship channel, you know, Spicer's has a I don't know if Spicers owns it, but I guess it's them, that they catch shrimp right there with this tide, because it runs through there pretty quickly, and it goes this way and it comes out right here, or it comes around, comes out this way. But this is all good right in here, especially right at that end, right at that edge, and right out here too, right there. It's all about finding the moving water, finding the bait, and well, the bait's going to be where the moving water is, and the clean water if you can find it. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, the next one is number, what did I say, 6, 7? That's probably 6. Yeah, 6. Number 6. Here's Spicers again on Highway 27. Y'all seen them as fish here. There's the bridge. You come right under the bridge, and you see this curve in Kelso or Black Lake Bayou, whatever you want to call it. I don't know where it starts and where Kelso starts and Black Lake ends. But, alright, there's a curve in it. And you've got an incoming tide or an outcoming tide. It doesn't matter. Here, it seemed like we had an incoming tide. You'll see Deb and I catch, they turned on one day. In fact, our last trip down there, when we had Rob from Florida come fish with us, a barbecue pit dog, we were parked right here. And what I'm guessing, I've zoomed as far as I can on this, is this has been washed out right here. This is all grass right here. It's probably, I don't know how old this photo is or what time of year it was taken, but we were parked here and there were fish in here, hanging around right here. Redfish, flounder. I don't know if we got a speck in there. Might have that day, but it has something to do with the curvature of this thing, and it's starting to narrow down a little bit. This channel is starting to narrow down, and it probably disorients the bait fish. And I caught a 25-inch red there end of last year, and I caught a couple of reds there and some flounder, and David caught a red or two there too. Real close. You don't have to go far to catch fish. I mean, you can launch right here at Spicer. You can get to there with a kayak, no problem. Okay, easy spot to get to, number 7. Okay, we're still up here at Spicer's. You see Spicer's right here. I'm going to move this over. You follow this around. You can do it with yak, john boat, bay boat. Be careful going through here. You just got to stay in the deep water. Come here and it kind of takes a right there. See this little flat? There's a little flat right here, all this right here. And it dumps off into deeper water. We caught some reds sitting right there. And maybe a flounder or two. I guess they were just getting out of the current, got tired of fighting the current, or it was an ambush point. Either way, it's a good place to fish. Okay, number 8. I'm going to take you back up here to Intercoastal Park again. Let you know where you are. Intercoastal Park, that's the Ellender boat ramp, they call it. Shoepig Bayou, you know where we are now? Come down and follow the Intercoastal Canal or waterway. Come in the alkali ditch, you can't miss it. It's got the telephone poles. You come in here and hit these spots right here, right in here, especially if the tide's running out, because if the tide's running out, this is going to be going this way. All of this bait is coming out of this marsh over in here, and it's going that way. In here, and there's another flat. I'll throw in a bonus one for you. There's another flat right, let's see if I can find it here. Okay, it's up here. Right here. Evidently that's it right there. We've caught fish right in here, caught flounder right in here too. It's very, very shallow. Just be careful when you get up in there. Okay. Now you can get in there from spicers too if you don't want to run that far. The way to do it is you come down here, come this way, and you're hooked up with Kelso or Black Lake Bayou, whatever they call it. Where I just showed you this spot right here. Come around the spicers over here. Come up through here, take a hard left. You can't miss it. And come out this way. Interestingly enough, I haven't fished in a place down here, and I want to. I'm going to show you this one because I don't even know if I can get my boat in there, but I think I can. I want to fish here. And here's my logic. This is the old bayou right here, see? Coming through here, coming out of Black Lake. See it? You can trace it all along here. And I want to fish this point right here. It looks like a good choke point. It may be a known spot for a lot of people. I've never fished there. I've always wanted to. I've just never had a chance to get back in there because I think you can probably maneuver around here and come all the way out. Now, I don't know how shallow this is right here is my problem. I'm sure there's a way to get through there. But I do know it gets very, very shallow in here. And you can end up back at Spicers. But I know you can take a kayak and you can just shoot straight back. Yeah, back into there. Oops. Alright, and number 10, all of Black Lake, obviously. If you come in this way, come in out of the alkali ditch, come in here, and I'm telling you, when the water's muddy elsewhere, Black Lake is going to be probably not going to be muddy, and you're going to catch trout in here. It's very shallow, just drift across the reef. The whole thing is a reef, and of course you got all the oil rigs and everything down in here. Sometimes guys have had to come all the way across on this side for whatever reason to catch the fish, but we've managed to catch fish all around in here, in this area in here, and maybe picked up a couple of few there. Anyway, that's 10 places on the north side of Calcasieu Lake. We're not getting any further south than Black Lake, or any further west than Black Lake or south of Hackberry. So hope this helps some of you guys. I'm going to do a follow-up video on 10 other places and other parts of the lake. Those are quick and easy places to get to, and I hope you guys catch a lot of fish. Tight lines. I mentioned earlier the LNG area, the turnaround basin, LNG basin. Right here is Calcasieu Point Landing right here. And I saw a guide say something about this on a YouTube video. I just can't remember the channel. Anyway, he took a guy back in here. He had real muddy water coming down the Calcasieu River, and he also had muddy water coming from the Sabine River by way of the Intracoastal Canal. This way it dumps in here and it muddies all this up. But up here, up in the LNG basin, and you can only go so far. It has a sign. It'll tell you when to stop. He was pretty near the sign, and this is like 30 feet deep. And what happened was the muddy water was on the top, but the deeper water was cleaner. And this was his theory. I can't prove it. And they were catching trout deep right in here. I think it was somewhere along in here. I can't remember. But just something to think about if you've got muddy conditions and you can't seem to get a bite. That's all. It's a good place to try. But all these spots are real close to marinas, landings, and I know all the locals know 1,000 other spots. But you know, I'm from out of town. I live way up in North Louisiana, and I'm just trying to share what I've learned from coming down here. And I especially like this spot. If you can hold your boat there with all the traffic coming by, this right here at Four Corners, people laugh at me, but we've caught a lot of fish there. You have to sit it out, you have to wait it out, and the tide has to be right, and the water clarity has to be right, but you can catch some good fish between that buoy and this, right up in here on this, right at the edge of this shallow flat where it drops off. I don't get to use my stick anchor right here because you know, because of the water moving so rapidly when the tugboats and the barges come by. But I have to use my anchor, and if you know anything about me, you know I can't stand using an anchor. But we've caught a bunch of good trout and a bunch of good flounder here over the years, just somewhere between here and there. I can't tell you. It's probably closer to the buoy, the green buoy marker there, the channel marker there. I hope this helps some of you, and I hope you catch a lot of fish, and meanwhile, tight lines. If I had some line on this rod, I'd pull on it, but I don't.